I'm Ernesto Garcia for our Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast. We're getting a chance to speak with Mario Moccia, talking about what's going on with New Mexico State athletics. Of course, the big news is the Aggies get some home games coming up here. Hopefully, no cancellations, but I believe there's some new guidelines in place now for that. Am I correct, Mario? If there is games canceled because of COVID and how things work?
Yeah, there is. The WAC medical group had made a recommendation that was passed that, along the lines of the CDC, that if you have, after 5 days, you can test. If you have no symptoms, you can test. If you're negative, you can, rejoin the team and play and practice. If you're positive, similar to the NBA and the NFL, if your CT score is, below the amount, like the NFL, I think is 35, the NBA is 30, then you'd be eligible to play as well. So there are some new rules. Also, you need to have 7 eligible, non-COVID players. If you have below that, the league will say, hey, let's postpone this game. If you have 7 players that are non-COVID, and for whatever reason, other than like a season ending or a long-term injury, and you can't play the game or won't play the game, then it's a forfeit. So yeah, there's a lot of moving parts and new rules that we need to consider all season long.
I'll tell you what. So if I'm breaking it down, then explain to me the Lamar game. That one was a forfeit, but they couldn't reschedule that one. Is that what happened because of enough players?
That's right. They had enough players that were non-COVID eligible, but due to, another illness or, what maybe I'd label minor injury, then that falls under the category of forfeiting. It's maybe not the most fairest thing in the world, but at the end of the day, I think the league has to instill, some policies. So if you have 7 non-COVID players, you need to play. Now, you could always play with 6, you could play with 5, or you could forfeit. So it's kind of like, the other school's choice.
All right, so Lamar made the choice on that, and then, of course, it was good to see some women's college basketball. The Aggies finally got a WAC game played yesterday, and it was against a rescheduled game with Lamar, so hopefully some more rescheduling, and Brooke Atkinson's squad will get a chance to put some more W's on the floor.
Yeah, no, hope so. They've had a bunch of tough losses. Obviously, I think it was Weber State on the road, UNM and UTEP both at home. Were really, bitter pills to swallow. But, while there was a pause in our program, it was good to get on the court and get a win. So we're excited about that.
All right. Well, we're excited that the Aggies get a chance to come home. They got 2 big games against Tarleton and also Abilene Christian. Both games are going to be on Thursday and Saturday, but this is like a really welcome to the WAC. We get to see all the Texas teams right away. Then you'll get Sam Houston on the road, Stephen F. Austin, then Grand Canyon. So a big stretch for Aggie basketball. We're really going to see what Coach Jan's squad is up to and how much they are to the test and winning the WAC here.
Yeah, sitting at 13-2 right now. I think we feel pretty good about ourselves. We've got a very scrappy Tarleton State team coming in. Obviously everybody is familiar with Billy Gillespie from his UTEP days. He's a heck of a coach. That's Saturday at 7:00, and that's going to be our second hat giveaway. So we're going to give away 1,000 Aggie caps, those black hats with the scripted state on there and the state of New Mexico in yellow and the Zia underneath the bill. It's very popular when we've kind of thrown some out to the crowd. And then we're also going to recognize one of our 2 major league umpires who are living in Las Cruces, New Mexico, Doug Eddings, that game. So hopefully people will come out. I remind everybody there's $5 tickets available. I always hear about $5 tickets. Well, they're available on Thursday morning when the Pan Am ticket office opens up. There's 190 of those things available in the lower level in section 119. So we certainly hope we get a great crowd, now that school is getting a little closer to start.
All right. So once again, we're looking at some big games here for New Mexico State. Great to have some home games at home. I know a lot of people ask, what are the recommendations? It has to be a mask required. Is there any other things coming up for requirement to get into the Pan American Center?
Well, at the present time, you have to wear your mask indoors, and we constantly remind people. I get it that maybe people don't like that. I mean, there's about a million things that I don't like that I just don't get to, uh, not do. I can't go on a plane and just say, hey, I don't like it. That's a federal law. This is a state law by the governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham. So, it is what it is. If you don't like it, I guess take it up with the people who are enacting it. But, at the end of the day, that's the rules, and people need to follow the rules. Now, policing it has been a little bit of a challenge because, unlike at UNM, we utilize student staff, the Pan American Center, which is overseen. I love it how almost 99 point you pick percent of the people in this town think I oversee the Pan Am Center and the ushers and the ticket takers and the concessionaires. I oversee none of that. I oversee Chris Jantz. That's the only thing. I'm a tenant in the Pan American Center. But everyone seems to want to say, hey, so-and-so's not wearing the mask. Okay, well, I'm just renting the facility. All right. It has been incredibly challenging, and I hope folks will understand that it's a state rule that we all have to abide by. So when I'm inside, the reason why I'm passionate about it is because I get the complaints, but I wear it inside, 99.9% of the time. I might take it off for a quick picture and put it right back on. But at the end of the day, you got to wear it. And, hopefully people will say, hey, I'm going to suck it up for a couple hours on Thursday and Saturday and, just abide by the state law.
All right, let's talk a little bit about football. A lot of great fundraising is going on. Signing period's getting excited. A lot of momentum going for football even before the season. And after that national championship game yesterday, sure, a lot of people like to see some Aggie Bowl games come back.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Coach Kill has all about rounded out his staff. I think their first official team meeting of the spring is today. I think it's tonight. So, he's really going to get a chance here pretty soon to see, what hand he was dealt from our returning players. There was a couple players who went in the portal, a couple came back. And obviously, we're still recruiting for another solid 3 weeks. I think National Signing Day is February 2nd, I believe. So he'll round out that class. But yeah, he's putting his staff together. He's going to analyze the current personnel and finish recruiting and then getting out in the community, which he really loves to do. So yeah, it's going to be a busy spring with football and kind of a renewed emphasis on football around here for the first time in, a while.
So while Major League Baseball is on strike, college baseball is not, and the Aggies are in a WAC conference. And I tell you what, this is going to be it's going to be a little more challenging this season than it's been in past seasons for Mike Kirby and his squad. But obviously, getting some new teams is going to make it very interesting.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. I mean, I know he retooled, the roster, so I'm anxious to see. We've got some really solid returners coming back. I'm always anxious to see, how we're going to pitch it on the hill. That really, that determines a lot. How successful you're going to be. But yeah, I think he's ready to go. Softball's right around the corner. Swimming and diving are here. And then pretty soon it'll be golf and tennis, and everybody will get going. Right now, still, for at least, another several weeks, our sole focus has been on, men's and women's basketball.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to get your tickets, 646-575-646-1420. Also, $5 tickets available on Thursday for the Tarleton game and then Saturday against Abilene Christian. So make sure to check it out. And also believe there's a mascot game coming up on Saturday too. Am I right?
There is, yeah. And I'll remind everybody that Saturday game against Abilene Christian is going to be at 4 p.m. Okay, that's a 4 p.m. game. So you can go out and have lunch. You can go right to the Pan Am Center. Then you can go out and have dinner or some drinks after the game. Abilene Christian, was on a big time roll. I think they may have dropped their last two, but they were a solid team. And you're right, we'll have, in addition to the $5 tickets, we'll also have a mascot madness game. So there'll be a lot of stuff going on the court.
Perfect time to bring out the family. Mario, next time I talk to you, we'll be at the Broken Spoke Tap House. I'll see if we can bring you back with Coach Kirby. I know we have an interview set with him. We're canceled this week because of COVID-19 protocol. I got the thing, so I'm trying to just make sure I'm all 100%. So hopefully I'll be back with the talk to you soon.
All right, we'll get back healthy. You look good to me, Ernesto, but
doing all right.
I'm not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor either. I'm just following what they say. Listening to Mario Moccia. Thanks for joining us here on our Mesilla Valley News Sports Podcast.